Alright then, so we said earlier that Vue can be used in two different ways, right? Either to create and control a whole website to create a single page application, or to create standalone widgets which control certain parts of a web page. Now to begin with, we'll just create a standalone widget using Vue and we'll drop it into our HTML page which we have over here. Because that way requires minimal setup. All we need to do is link to the Vue.js library from our HTML file, and then we can jump right into learning Vue without getting bogged down by setting up a whole Vue website. But once we've learnt the basics, we'll move on to creating those fully fledged Vue applications using the Vue command line tools. So first off, head to the Vue documentation to grab the CDN link for the Vue library. And by the way, the Vue docs are really good. They're very in-depth and they give you a lot of examples of how to use the different features. So definitely have that as your sidekick to this course. And I'll leave a link to the Vue 3 docs attached to this lesson. Anyway, the first thing I want to do is go to Getting Started over here and then click on Installation. Now, once you've done that, you can scroll down here, and this is the type of installation we're going to be using for now. We're just going to use the CDN. So we need to grab this thing right here. And by the way, you see this where it says @next. That is the version, and it means if you say @next, you're always going to get the latest release. Now, I'm not actually going to use @next. I'm going to use a specific version, which is, let me just paste this in first of all, inside the head, and I'm going to use 3.0.2 because this is the release at the time of recording this video. So if you want everything to behave exactly the same way, you should use the same release, okay? So anyway, now we have that, we can use Vue in this web page. Now, if we wanted to, we could write some JavaScript code at the bottom of our body in a script tag directly inside this HTML file to implement that Vue functionality. But what I'm going to do instead is create a separate file, and I'm going to call that app.js to create our Vue code in, just so we can keep it separate and the HTML file doesn't get messy. So I'm going to do a script and I'm going to link to this. So source is equal to app.js, like so. Oops, that should be in double quotes. And then if we save it and go to app.js, I'm going to do a single console.log statement just to say hello Vue to make sure this is linked up correctly. And by the way, also you'll notice me during this course not use semicolons. Now that is deliberate because Vue in itself doesn't use semicolons, so I'm just going along with that preference. You can use them if you wish. Alright, so I'm going to save that and I'm going to go over to where we have this in the browser. And remember, to view this in a local dev server, you just install the live server package, go to the HTML file and then right click and go to open with live server. That opens it up in the browser over here. So now I'm just going to open up the console by pressing F12 and we can see right here, hello Vue. All right, so that is our console log. So everything is working. And we also see this message, which shows us that we are using this version right here of Vue. So now we have all of this set up. In the next video, we're going to go ahead and create a Vue app inside this JavaScript file.